In my last videos, I think I didn't spend enough time to explain where we went, and I want to do better this time. So we live in Riyadh. That's the star you see there in the photo, and we went to Abha and Jizan, which is very close to the border to Yemen. There are travel warnings out, so if you don't dare to go there, don't go there. On the other hand, there are travel warnings out for whole Saudi Arabia where we live, and I can't see anything which would justify travel warning. The drive from Riyadh to Abha is a 10-hour drive through the desert. We took one stop at a hotel, but not much to see, to be honest. Next time I would take a plane. But arriving at Abha is really nice. You got very nice views over the city, over the mountains. It's cool up there. That's a reason to go there in the summer. So we started off at like 45 degrees centigrade in Riyadh, and in Abha it was like 20 at night, 30 during the day. Very nice climate. And what surprised us, a lot of Italian restaurants and really good ones. Big choice. And yeah, so we went several times to Italian restaurants there. For breakfast, nevertheless, we've chosen local cuisine. There are also a big choice of restaurants. The one we've chosen is kind of fusion. It is Arabic bread. It's a lot of Arabic dishes, but you also get cappuccino and sweets, which we know from Western Europe. So food-wise, also good place to go. And after breakfast, we go for excursions from Appa to Al Habala, one of the landmarks must see. There are also a lot of tourist buses, so if you don't have a car, you probably can organize also an excursion without yourself driving around. The other thing you see up there is quite a lot of birds. They're nesting in the cliffs. You see lizards have really incredible colors, and of course their food. In the middle of the cliff, there's another small plateau which you can reach by cable car. We did that with the kids, they totally loved it, and it's basically all about views. Just have a look for yourself. One interesting thing was that everywhere we went, people giving us those crowns made of flowers. It's a tradition because the people living in that area, or the tribes living in that area, were called flower people, and they wore those crowns. On the way back to Appa, we met a huge group of baboons, so making friends along the road. And back in Appa, of course, the next Italian restaurant with risotto and burrata and calamari fritti. After 2 days in Appa, we decided to continue to Jizan through the Rojal Heritage Village, and it is basically on the way. And again, roadside, lot of amazing views before you reach this village itself. The village itself goes back about 900 years and was the center of trade between Yemen and Mecca. The what you see here is a museum with exhibitions about tools, about weapons, about everything that was traded. And I think in the meantime, it's an UNESCO heritage site, so definitely a place to go. From the Rojal village, we continued our trip to Jizan. But I have to admit, the city itself is not really what I thought it was. And of course, I couldn't pull off a diving excursion because during Eid holidays, everybody's out and everybody's on the Hajj in Mecca. Yeah. So we visited the local heritage village in Jizan. You've seen already some photos of it. It's definitely a place worth visiting because it shows also how life was there some 100 years ago at the coast. That includes also the very close fortress, which was unfortunately closed when we arrived there. For us, a clear highlight was the excursion to the Wadi Lajab from Jazan, about 2 hours away. So we are in the Wadi Lajab, and it's really impressive. So we went from Jazan, it's about 2 hours from Jazan, and you can see we are in a canyon, walls left and right. So you have to drive with a car through all that. You see behind me, right? And now we are on the way to the Wadi. There are supposed to be waterfalls and like small lakes. So it's probably another 2-minute walk. I'll take some photos on the way. So indeed, it was, make it 5 minutes. But this is just the beginning, because this is where the valley starts, and we have the small lake. And from there you walk uphill in that valley with water all around you, really, really green, very nice temperatures, totally not Saudi Arabia. And you have to climb some obstacles which are really difficult to climb. And the nice experience there is that everybody helps you, and you help everybody. So alone you can't make that climb to the waterfall. On our way up to the waterfall, we've seen those ponds with fish in it, and 2 times the ponds were that deep that we really had to swim. So it's not like a hike. It's really, you need to swim through those lakes to get to the top, to the waterfall. And this was the last obstacle. So we had to go into a cave. Entrance is on the right. You see that between the big block and the wall of the canyon. Into a cave, climb through that cave, get out again, and we still couldn't see the waterfall, so we used the drone. The drone at the end didn't help us very much, because we couldn't find the waterfall. It was hidden behind a rock. So nevertheless, I want to show you some of the footage, because it's a really, really nice landscape. And what comes after the waterfall is you can continue climbing there for, I don't know how far that goes, but if you're in after 1 hour really, really intense hiking and climbing and swimming, you're able to go on. So we made it. Took us 1 hour to get here. Oh, and the drone won't really help us, because it's so narrow that every time the obstacle avoidance would kick in, so we couldn't find that one. Some locals helped us. Really nice people here. Thank you, guys. And that was our last excursion before we had to return to Riyadh. On the way back to Riyadh, we could see those rocks there. The mountains were formed by volcanic activity millions of years ago, and with erosion kicking in, this is leaving the mountains as they are today. And what you see here on this photo is on the right side of the car. The moon is already up, and on the left side we could still see the sunset. And that concludes our trip to Abha. Okay, just some quick comments on the Abha video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it gave you some ideas on what to do if you want to go there, if you plan to go there. And there's for sure more to do than we did in the few days we had. But it's definitely something to see. It's very different from the rest of Saudi Arabia, what we've seen so far. Okay, thank you very much.